I think he gonna pick all-time team. I might have to just go ahead and pick one.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA Ball. Welcome, everyone. Courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. It's the Toronto Raptors facing the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, nice explosion to the basket by Bosch, who wastes no time in throwing that.
I can do the same thing.
Nice way to start the game. That's where you'd like to get your shots from.
Pass to DeRozan. Shoots over Davis. And it's DeRozan missing.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Paul's got space. Takes the elbow.
Nice little elbow shot.
Drains it.
Yeah, hard to stop CP3 when he's in the rhythm. He's in the mid-range. It's a deuce.
And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul. Leonard with the ball.
So,
They just bailed him out. Come on, man. Put your hands up.
in the air, as if Leonard wasn't hard enough to cover. He's adding that to his game.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Toronto. Kawhi Leonard taking 2 shots.
And Leonard drops them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
First team foul.
Now here's Paul. Pass to West. And here's Davis. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Wide open. And Paul gets it to go. Paul's got his second bucket of the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Carter. Here's Lowry. And he's going for the oop here. And it's the Pelicans on the break. Pass to Paul. Shoots it from the high post. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Here we go. Shot by Leonard, no good. Poke loose. Lowry with it. And it's Paul picking him up. Leonard right side. And the three-pointer goes. Leonard's got 5.
Kawhi typically solid from 3. You're not sure you want to leave him open like that.
Paul with the bucket.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's Paul. 7 points in the game.
I mean, how's that not a foul, though?
Backcourt violation. Not careful there. Leonard on the wing. Fires the three. Again, the miss by Leonard. And so Paul will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Pass to West. Now here's Davis. From the wing, Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound. DeRozan down low. Now Carter. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Here's New Orleans now. Right side, Paul. Stolen by Lowry. And now the Raptors on the break. Knocked loose. Leonard for three. And again, Toronto, no good.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Second team foul.
Going inside. Outside Davis. Here's Mashburn. And again, New Orleans, no good. And 1:01 left to play in the first. Back to Carter. Pass to DeRozan. Here's Leonard. Hey, expanding his range. Mashburn grabs the miss. To the inside. The kick out to Paul. Back to Davis. And Davis slams it home.
And I'll tell you what, if you're going to mix it up with Davis, you better be on your game. He's so powerful inside.
On the wing, DeRozan. .24 seconds left to play in the first. Left side, Ingram. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take
So,
two
y'all,
free throws.
we good.
Ingram just continuing to impress and taking strides in the right direction. Just a tremendous amount of offensive weaponry.
New Orleans calls timeout.
Shooting two.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Ingram. So it's Toronto now, trailing by 4. Here's Stoudemire. Into the lane. Will it go? And that does it for the first quarter. It's New Orleans up by 4. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
The Raptors 9.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you think, guys?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the
You gotta
tone
make that,
for this
bro.
contest.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Barnes, no good. The Pelicans lead by 4. Pass to Cousins. Arniani pulls it in.
That was a clever move to try to lose the defender in midair there, even if he didn't knock down the shot.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offensive transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Vince Carter.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And it's New Orleans ball. Leading by 5. Three-pointer, Holiday. And it's Toronto with a rebound. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to be on Lonzo Ball. Toronto shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And the first one at the line is good.
Vince Carter, 2 shots.
And so Carter nails them both. The Pelicans lead by 3. Ball outside. And Toronto calls time here.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Right wing. Clock at 6. Pass to Ingram. Shoots over Barnes. Bargnani pulls it in.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Leonard looking over the floor. Tries again. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Tipped. And as it goes out of bounds, New Orleans will keep possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
The Pelicans lead by 3. Here's Ball. Sent back. Lowry left side. There's the triple. Holiday grabs the miss. To the paint. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Well, Cousins with his height is able to get up there and jam that one down. Just get the ball deep to him on the inside and pretty much he'll take care of the rest.
Now here's Lowry. Still no points. And the basket by Leonard.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot. Again, his teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
To the middle. Here's Cousins. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Barnes.
And there aren't many times that I see DeMarcus Cousins shading away from contact. In fact, just the opposite. He enjoys it.
And New Orleans making a change here. He's perfect from the line this time. Raptors trail by 5. Here's Leonard. Mashburn grabs the miss.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Good shot. Keep pausing the game. That's why I ain't got no more left. It's annoying. Just wasting time.
And that one's good. Ingram.
You grow up in the Ball family, then you better move the ball.
From the baseline. And the basket by Leonard. Leonard's got 9 points.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Ball. An easy 2 on the layup. And New Orleans leads by 7.
Yeah, and how about Ball just working his way right through the contact that time?
Leonard outside. From the stripe. Leonard can't get that one to fall. The Pelicans lead by 7. Here's Mashburn. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time.
What a passer this guy is. I love how fast Ball is at noticing when the defense has just overcommitted.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Over to the left wing. Mashburn. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Washburn's got 5 points now this quarter. Lowry surveys the D. Here's Leonard. Leonard can't get that one to fall. On offense, here are the Pelicans. Driving inside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Personal foul.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
New Orleans shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And so he makes both from the line. Raptors trail by 11. Pass to Barnes. Back to Leonard. From outside the arc. Again, the miss by Leonard. Now Paul. Here's West. Nice shot from the wing. West has got his first points of the game.
And he's going to nail these if you give him the space.
Of course he makes that.
That's before the buzzer right there.
Oh, man. That'll silence a hostile.
Pausing the damn game. Anybody got time for that, bro?
I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sidelines. Here we go. It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Here's Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Kind of a lopsided matchup tonight in some regards, but everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is the NBA. Anything can happen, and even lower-ranked teams are elite.
And one, good run, Looney.
Contest on our hands tonight.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there, straight power. Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46 and 36.
That's so bullshit.
They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Here's Curry. After the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams, and Williams throws it down.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Mark Daignault. David, what did he say?
Now, I asked him who has him worried out there on the floor, and his answer was Draymond Green. He told me he's a high-effort, high-IQ player who can be so effective. Right now, our plan is to stay physical with him and not let him dictate the terms out there. Of course, this means a hard-fought contest down low. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the miss by Draymond Green.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here's Curry. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Pulls up on the wing. They get it back. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Holmgren. 6 to shoot. Now Hartenstein. Over Butler. Hartenstein can't get it to go.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
And Curry has it in the corner. A three-pointer off.
That's my bad. I missed that. I knew I was gonna miss that.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren in the corner. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And when it comes to physical play, it's hard to get the best of Dort. He invites contact at both ends.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. And Brandon Kwiatkowski gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Another shot. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Warriors trailing. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the Warriors pick up 3. Butler deciding where to go with it. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Outside for Curry. And another 3 for Golden
Way to
State.
rebound. That's why I put him in.
Honestly, guys, Curry is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen.
And shot on the way. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
To the paint. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
There is the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Warriors with the rebound. Now here's Curry. Goes up from the top of the key. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Pass to Dort. Into the lane. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells a story of how well...
Yes, sir, Steph.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And Kuminga throws it down.
Just an unselfish play from Curry, always ready to move the ball and his body to help an open shooter.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Fires the three. No basket. Missed number 5 out of his 8 shots. Caruso with the ball. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Inside. Here's Wallace. And the jam by Wallace.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Curry on the wing. 8 points for him. And yes, it's good. Curry's got 10 points.
I mean, what can we say about Steph's jumper that hadn't already been said?
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Young from long range. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Charlotte's shooting their first free throw of the game here. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no
would have been sitting right in the bar when my shit would have hit. I probably would have called your ass. Hey, I see you got some wins, nigga. You got some accolades too. Good. This nigga good. Just gotta go set in the settings. Yeah, I gotta. Yup. Yeah. Yup. You definitely in them settings. That's a fact. Get in mind. Fuck, you thought you was just gonna have them niggas set? Oh. Record too good. Play with you. That was Drake.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now here's Maxey. Up top, Embiid. Shoots a fadeaway. Yep, that one's good.
Go Embiid. Way to start off.
How about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the bucket by Boston. Outside Maxey. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Right side Brown. Here's Porzingis. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from Embiid. Pass to George. Now here's Embiid. Here's Grimes. Now here's Maxey. He's covered by Holiday. Tatum with it. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
Doris, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top on ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all. All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Pass to Oubre. It's good.
Go Oubre.
Beautifully by George.
But he's got NBA range. There's no doubt about that. Oubre with 3 and D ability on the wing.
Out to the right wing. Porzingis surveying the floor. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
I love Jason Tatum not settling for a jumper. He goes to the rim with authority.
To the inside. And down it goes.
Good shit, boy.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Nigga.
Knocks it down from distance.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir. I'm putting this one home.
Now here's George. With the drive. And the jam by George.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Outside White. 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Tries again. And Embiid with the block.
Yeah, imposing his will. Embiid sending a message with that rejection.
You got to finish that Embiid.
I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A. I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid, convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
And Embiid drops them both. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Well, you want Kristaps Porzingis to insert himself off the rebounding aspect, go to the offensive board, and cash in.
Now here's Embiid. He's got 6. For 3, Maxey on target from range.
And just so good at playing at high speed, Maxey gets the ball and takes the fast shot.
Pass to Brown. Back to Tatum. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. He connects, and now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Maxey, a good look. Boston
You got to make that.
goes up on the baseline. Good.
Oh, mate. Let's go, nigga.
Yeah, well, Holiday has plenty of shots up his sleeve, and that includes the mid-range jumper.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Seconds left to play in the first. Here's McCain. He got it up. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. Philadelphia on top. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
The Sixers leading. George outside. Maxey surveys. Solid as a rock.
There you go. Good move. He's giving me too much space.
Maxey's got 5 points.
Not exactly what coach wanted coming up the floor, but he'll take it.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Shot from the inbound. Oh, look at Tatum going to work inside.
Well, you see the effectiveness of Jason Tatum in close. Don't sleep on both his strength and his length. That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to White. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Tipped away. Walker with the steal. George with it. Now guarded by Brown. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life.
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Kick out to Brown. Pass to Tatum. Clock at 6. Back to Brown. Lets it go from the wing. Drummond grabs the miss.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Here's McCain. Tries to save it. Back to George. Lets the three fly. Here's Drummond. Laid it in with a
All right, that
nice
was a
touch
weird
off the
possession.
window. And it's a 5-point 76ers lead.
With that size and with that strength, it is such a problem trying to keep Andre Drummond off the offensive glass.
Porzingis sets a screen. Drummond grabs the miss. Philadelphia leading by 5. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, BA, at 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
Here's Drummond. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Boy, you love the kind of space that Andre Drummond eats up on the interior. Some guys don't play up to their size. Andre Drummond sure does.
Okay, do it, KP.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
George, right side. Here's the three. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
It's just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Here's Brown. Brown cashes in. A terrific finisher inside.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Both teams will make substitutions. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second
Oh,
quarter.
they got Connect checking Embiid. Come on, I gotta go to him.
Now Lowry. Pass to Embiid. All sorts of time. And that comes off the assist by Lowry.
3 points.
Embiid's got 9.
And we know Embiid has this kind of touch from deep. Nice triple. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
It's deflected. Holiday with the ball. And Walker picks him up defensively. Here's Cornette. Good work defensively by Oubre. Another shot. With the second effort. And it's good on the layup. Cornette's got 4 points this quarter.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
And to me, this is a...
Ooh, Embiid finishes the lob in style.
And just a huge exclamation point on that finish. Embiid never turns down an opportunity to intimidate the opponent.
Here's Holiday. Kick out to Brown. Outside White. Back to Cornette. That shot off the mark.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. And Tatum drills the three. And Grant, we know the importance of veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Out of bounds. Boston will have it. Here's Tatum. Pass to Brown. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Joel Embiid. And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. And finished by Tatum. Wow!
Oh my goodness, Jason Tatum, you've got to be kidding me. How pretty was that?
Outside Oubre. Pass to George. And here's Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Prime shot is off. Celtics trail by 7. White with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Ooh, here's White on the drive.
Off the dribble drive slash Derek White. Boy, I'll tell you what, taking no prisoners on that finish.
Pass to Grimes. That's tipped. White with a steal. Here's Tatum. And he banks in the layup. Tatum's got 17 points.
And both teams playing with a little more urgency in this half.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
Now Embiid. He's covered by Holiday. For 3, George. Good. And the assist to Embiid. He's got 15.
Once Paul George has the first couple go down, now he knows he's cooking, and it's going to be a long night.
You got to tighten up on defense.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
These are his first free throws of the game. First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Outside Maxey. Inside. Now here's Brown. Down low. Embiid with a steal. From downtown. Boston with a rebound. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And that one drops.
Letting them come back for no reason.
Right now, filling it up.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Someone, I'm having spirit. He's different, man. You gotta get different on this.
A minute 42 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Maxey. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Maxey's got 7 points.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Back to Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Shireman. Shot clock at 6.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. Substitutions for the Celtics.
We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter here. Here's Porzingis. Embiid covers. Just 5 to shoot. Up Operating inside. Porzingis.
Bro, he's making all this dumbass shit. Like, come on, man. What is that?
Pass to Embiid. Outside Walker. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in
Of
by
course.
White. And White has got the ball here for the Celtics. 2-point game. Brown.
Oh my God, man.
Wow, gutsy finish inside by Brown.
You could really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the big man Embiid just capable of sticking it from these in-between spots.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. To the paint. Brown. The shot won't fall. Oh, nice D from Walker. And here is Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Here's Walker. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up
Oh,
points.
come on.
The Sixers on top. They're up by.
The 76ers, 44.
This nigga make
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. The Sixers leading. Maxey with it. Back to Drummond. And Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis 7-3 says not here and not now.
Oh, and a great bucket from Tatum. Taking the hit.
After being behind for so long, they must be relieved to finally get this thing tied up.
Oh, it got ugly there for a stretch. Nothing was working, but they've come back and have a chance to seal the deal.
For three, Maxey drains the triple.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. To the inside. White on the wing. Outside Holiday. And Grimes pulls it down. Philadelphia leading by 3. Pass to Maxey. Puts up a 3. Boston pulls it in. Down low. Here's Porzingis. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Guys, how about that body control from Porzingis? You think it's easy at 7'3" to gut your way through that kind of contact? That's nice.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Attention fans now on the court. It's your hype squad. Get loud and listen to hearing. It's time for some t-shirts. Make some noise, fans.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Thanks for that, Allie. And that one misses. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Maxey with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Count it. Good.
Stop, Maxey.
You can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down
Thank
to
you.
which side gets a stop or two.
Outside Walker. And he lobs it up
Yes,
to the
sir.
rim. And the jam by Drummond.
How about the anticipation from Andre Drummond? Understanding
Nope,
the
nope.
alley-oop is there and converting with style.
From 18 feet away.
Yes, sir.
Again, the Sixers score.
Some defenses are designed to yield the mid-range shot. For him,
All right, why would Drummond even go all the way out there?
Slam dunk by Porzingis.
His ass could have just sat back in the
Boy,
paint.
momentum when Kristaps Porzingis puts the ball on the floor at that size, so hard to contain.
I can't believe it.
Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now.
I can't
Pass
believe
to
they're giving
Grimes.
this man.
Outside Maxey. Back to Embiid. The kick out to Maxey. Fires
Knock
for
it
three.
down. Oh, come
Philadelphia
on.
with another miss.
Yes,
Celtics trail by 5.
good shot.
Here's
He
Tatum.
would have made.
Come on, man. He just ran right through him.
Taking
Come on.
flight.
The very definition of their go-to player. Mr. Tatum, ball in your hands, yes, sir.
Pass to Oubre. Back to Maxey. Inside. And
Come on,
Oubre
there you go.
gets it to go.
You have got to respect that about Oubre. He believes in himself even in the tight spots of the game.
Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Embrace the spotlight, KP. Delivery in a big moment.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
there
my
we
bad.
go. There we go.
Whistle blows on a
There we go.
backcourt
Freak
violation.
attack.
Went over and back.
Like, niggas get to doing freaky shit. Yo,
1:44 left in the fourth quarter here.
see
On the
you.
take. And the shot
Like, go out
good.
control, nigga.
Porzingis has got 10 points in just the second half.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
To the middle.
Way to move that ball. Way to move the ball.
Gets it to go. Oubre's got 4 points this quarter.
You see the athleticism and the length. Oubre able to get his shot off inside. That's a high percentage look for that young man.
Here's Tatum. Second chance effort. Here's Porzingis. Oubre with a steal. Here's Maxey. There's 57 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And there's the lob.
Yes, sir.
One thing you can say about Embiid, he never shrinks from the moment.
Outside Holiday. Pass to White. Lets it go from deep. Knocks it loose. And
Yes,
so
sir.
they choose to intentionally foul. Now Philadelphia with it. And they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first. And that increases the lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 7-point game.
Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
Hey!
Fucking
The game
reporter for that
strong.
model
This is
control.
how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
No question. They've gotten hot at
Got a model
exactly the
control,
right
bro.
time. Clutch play on a team level.
Jesus Christ, he got a model control. He made too much shit, bro. He made way
over
too
Maxey.
much shit.
Again,
Way
the miss
too
by Boston.
Really? He made. He is.
I thought he was going to cut.
It's stolen by Tatum.
He made all type of
And so it's Philadelphia with the W. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
You're in for it. Treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. It's Powell on the wing. Leonard looking over the
Come on,
floor.
Kawhi. Yes, sir.
All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Good shot.
That's it go from the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. To the inside.
Yes, sir. Come on, Kawhi.
Great communication on the alley-oop.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Back to Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Floats it up for Holmgren. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
And here's Leonard from three.
Oh, come on. You got to put a hand up.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for Oklahoma City. It's a three-point game. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Now, George.
Go hard.
Defensive effort.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy.
Oh, man, I didn't see him. I didn't think he was going to jump up and get that.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Here's Zubats. Here's Dunn. Los Angeles with another miss. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort wide open. And he's good on the 3-ball.
You can see the work Lou Dort has put in to make himself a threat from 3. That's a pretty looking shot right there.
Pass to Powell. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. 3-on-3. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Dort on the wing. No good on the triple.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
They set the pick. To the middle. Here's Zubats. Good. It's
all right, let's go.
James Harden is the master of pick and roll action. This guy flawless in his execution.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal.
I should have shot that.
We got to be 100%
there you go.
execution with our talent.
There you go.
That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Williams with a clean look.
That's a good move.
Come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Wait.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would
Full court
expect
press crap.
nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. They trail by 1. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Chris Dunn picks one up. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammates.
Ah, come on, pal. You got to hit that for me. Ran into a zone.
Williams from outside. The Thunder with another miss.
In some type of zone. Might be 2-3.
Pass to Zubats. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Powell, no one
can't miss 2
him.
for me. There you go.
Coming off an assist from Dunn. Powell's got 5.
Well, on the catch and shoot, Norman Powell ready to rise and fire.
Stolen by Harden. And now Dunn.
Excellent defense.
No one back to
Oh.
stop him.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wiggins.
Nope.
No good on that one. Harden with the defensive effort. Nobody
Come on, Kawhi.
Leonard.
Ah, you got to hit that.
As we conclude the first quarter, Clippers lead by 4. After this break,
We in good shape,
with the
though.
start of the second. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a
Nope.
groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Screen by Jones. Here's Harden.
How you got to make that, Harden?
Thunder trailing by 4. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are
D, good D, good D.
absolutely
Come on,
loaded with
stay.
talent,
Stay in front,
Kevin.
stay in front,
Not
stay in
only
front.
that, they fit together.
I do that little
Now
hop
they've
step
got a
bullshit.
perennial MVP because
He just
Shai
runs into my players so they can
Gilgeous-Alexander
switch off
has
in there.
inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Takes it off the glass. And this game is tied up now.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
On the wing, Jones. Back to Harden. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
From deep, Harden. Kept alive. Pass to Powell. To the paint. Outside, Jones. 6 to shoot. Back to Bogdanovich. And here's Harden for 3. Another miss by Harden.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Come on, I grab that.
Holmgren. Wallace looking for an opening. Back to Holmgren. Wide open shot is on the money. Holmgren's got his second bucket.
And playing up tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Oh, you gotta
most
come
of the time
on,
this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Here's Williams. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Takes the 3. Holmgren can't hit. The Clippers trail. And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his
mid-range,
game?
come on.
I don't know which
Oh my God, I can't make nothing with Harden.
Is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from 3. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
The 3 from Harden.
Finally.
3-point range. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Pass to Holmgren. All alone. And Jones pulls it down.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Harden inside the 3-point line.
Oh, come on. You got to knock that down.
And they're able to recover. Here's Powell. Over Williams. The shot by Powell, no good.
Get no rebounds. Good Lord.
On offense, here are the Thunder. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3
Can't get
points.
no rebounds.
And let's head
Come
over
on.
to the sideline and catch up with David
Not
Aldridge.
3.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor.
Good defense, good
at
defense.
age 35.
There we go.
He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy.
All time now. God damn.
Giving a cushion.
He's struggling.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. So both teams making some changes here. The Clippers in the lead.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
The 3 from Leonard.
Yes, sir.
Drills the 3-pointer.
Hit works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected.
They just went past him like it was nothing.
You've got to want to work.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Clippers on top. They lead by about
38%.
Time now for the halftime
That's
break.
crazy.
With the third quarter
Ain't nobody shooting good.
right here on 2K Sports. And And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Well, the ascension
Good
of
defense.
Aaron
Oh, my God.
Williams has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and frankly borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the
foul.
NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. So Harden will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers moving the ball around. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Harden's got 5.
Well, the pre-shot preparation of James Harden is exceptional. He knows in this instance that as soon as the ball touches his hands, he's got to be ready to fire.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Pass to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 3 on the clock. Overdone. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And here are the Clippers now. The lead is 2. And talk about victors and guys who play to their strength. What about Zubac? He does a great job.
He does, Kevin, a 7-footer who wants to play like a 7-footer. He's an outstanding rebounder. He doesn't need the ball offensively. You know he's going to show up and give you great effort every night.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Thank you.
Not the most common
really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Leonard, that's for two. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 4. Harden outside. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
George, left side. They grab their own miss. Tries again. And Hartenstein finishes inside.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Harden looking it over. He takes it in.
The way James Harden varies his pace, it is really tough as a defensive player to get any kind of contest without drawing contact.
Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
Leonard with the ball. He's got 8. And Holmgren pulls it down. Pass to Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Harden. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
An absolute master at drawing contact. Defenders get nervous guarding James Harden. This is why.
Harden hits them both. Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history. Well, the very definition of a stretch big, right? Chet Holmgren comes in with the reputation as a spacer.
Leonard, the bounce pass. Pass to Bogdanovich. Screen by Zubac. And Bogdan Bogdanovich.
Yes, sir. Good two-man game.
Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
Here's Leonard. 8 points for him. Green for 2 points. Leonard's got 10 points. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. The shake. And the layup is good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
A 3 from Bogdanovich. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
38.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Here's Simmons. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Simmons got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Clippers.
My goodness, defense was there, but Ben Simmons makes that finish look easy.
Lets it go from 11. Pass to Dort. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And so Simmons will bring it up for the Clippers. A 2-point game.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. Left side, Leonard. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder pull it in. Williams for three. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. From our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. Now, he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Count that bucket.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
It's Harden with the drive, and it's good. 2 points. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
James Harden, with the ability that he has both from a smarts, IQ, and skill standpoint, nice drive right there.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And Oklahoma City making a change here. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Harden outside. Puts up a deep three. Rebound by Williams. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Here's Dort. The shot's good. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Listen, that is all you can do defensively. Lou Dort at times is just going to make tough shots.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. And the Clippers have possession. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here.
Substitution for your Clippers.
Harden has a wide open look. And the three ball is good. Harden's got 13 points in the second half.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Williams. And he gets the bucket. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Here's Harden. And Holmgren pulls it down. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They lead by 1. It's rebounded by Leonard. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to Zubac. Done outside. Shot clock at 5. Harden inside the three-point line. Again, the miss by Harden. And the Thunder with possession. Williams for 3. He doesn't hit that one. Powell with it. Williams picks him up. Outside Leonard. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Done outside. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Count!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Screen by Zubac. And it's done in the corner. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
It's that wide open joint in the corner.
Don't get it done now. No more chances. They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Number 9, Alex Caruso.
15 seconds left in the fourth. And here's Harden for 3. Off target from downtown. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
You're so ass. You're so ass.
To stop the clock.
The fuck
That's
out of
the
here.
enemy in this situation.
Ass.
And stolen by Dunn.